crafty friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn M with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. I'm really excited to participate in the Prima Marketing Collab with Fun Paper Art by Mary Ann. This hop will have two parts. We will be sharing our projects today on Saturday, October 5th, and then again on Saturday, October 12th. Mary Ann has gathered an incredible list of guest designers who will share their beautiful projects, their inspiration, and most of all, their passion for working with Prima Marketing Paper. They'll also be giving away wonderful prizes. To participate in our giveaways, you must be 18 years or older, a U.S. or international resident, and you must be a visible subscriber to all of the channels participating in this collaboration. I will also be providing a special giveaway on my channel. However, you have to watch until the end of the video to find out how you could win. For my first project, I've created this beautiful wreath. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I used the Prima Marketing Autumn Sunset Collection by Frank Garcia. I also used a digital file by SVGCUTS. The base of this wreath measures 18 inches. However, when you add all of the flowers and the embellishments, it ends up being 21 inches. Each of the 7 sunflowers were made by hand, and if you look in the center of each of them, you'll see several different layers of glitter. Each of the leaves have been embossed to give them texture. We have the fall berries here in the orange and red, and then the green and orange. I've also added in little details of flowers. We have these feathers on the top and the bottom. I have a variety of different colored leaves in yellow and green. We've got pine cones and pumpkins, and we have a little gourd down here. I think this makes a beautiful home decor piece. In this video, I will walk you through the steps to make this wreath. I'm going back to my desktop, gather my materials, and then we can start to make this wreath together. I have gathered materials to make our sunflower wreath. This wreath is part of the Harvest Sunset Collection by SVGCUTS. When you download your file, you will receive this menu for the Harvest Sunset Collection, and it includes all of the projects featured in this kit. This project does take quite a bit of paper. I used several sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock, including 2 sheets for the center of the sunflower, 3 12 by 12 sheets for the leaves, and then 10 designer pieces to make the leaves. For this project, I am using the Prima Marketing Autumn Sunset Collection by Frank Garcia. This is an absolutely gorgeous paper collection. For the base of the wreath, you will need an 18-inch floral ring. This is MDF board, and it is by Ashland. It's called their Floral Craft Ring. To make this wreath, you will need 7 sunflowers. I've gone ahead and made 6 different sunflowers, and this flower has 3 different layers. I've inked all of the petals, and I've also embossed and inked the leaves. I used this embossing folder by Sizzix. It's this leaf set here. As you can see, these leaves are all different, and I use my Tim Holtz vintage photo ink to distress the leaves. Here's another flower. And the leaves alternate. Some have 2 leaves, and then some have 1. And here are some of the other flowers. I love this embossing detail. I really think it adds a lifelike quality to these leaves. Now, these leaves are not complete. We still need to add the centers, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and assemble one of the leaves. So I'm going to clear off my desktop, and then I will be right back. In your digital file, you will receive several items. Each of the flowers are numbered so that you can see it better. I've gone ahead and marked in the number. So this first panel here is 1. The second flower, which is 2, will come in 2 different pieces. And the same is true for flower number 3. These 2 pieces will be glued together. For the center of the sunflower, you will have 4 pieces, which include this piece right here, these 2, and this piece. And then you will have these two pieces for the leaves. So let's start assembling them. First, we're going to glue the second flower together, and you will notice on this leaf here, there are two little score marks here and here. That tells you where to glue the flower. So we're going to attach them just like so, and this first panel will go right up to these score lines. Let's go ahead and do that for our third flower. Similar to flower number 2, you've got a little score line here, and a little score line here. Glue that right into place there. Okay, so let's set these aside. Now we're going to work on the center of the flower. With this long piece, you want to go ahead and bend along the score lines. And here's a little tab right here, and you can see the score mark. We're going to glue this together, and you want to bend down these tabs here in the center. Next, you want to take this circle, and just like the first, here's a little score line. We're going to glue this right up to the score line, and your circle will look domed just like so. And we want to go ahead and glue this piece together, and here's a tiny tab right there. Now for this piece, you'll notice that the triangles or the tabs are pointing down, and this curves up. Now what we want to do is grab the larger piece. We are going to put glue on each of these tabs. You're going to grab your medium circle, and you're going to glue it to these tabs here. So you want to line it up right at the score line. Make sure the tabs are attached to this piece right here. We'll then just press all the way around. So you're creating a little dome here. Now you want to grab this piece, and this is going to fit right inside here. So let's put some glue on these tabs here. And we're going to set this piece right in, just like so, and it lines up right to the score line. Now you want to take this piece, and we're going to glue it onto this center area here. So this piece will be glued down just like so. Next, we want to make the leaf, and you have these two pieces here. Now, this paper is very heavy cardstock. And so when I cut out the paper on my Cricut, the little tabs cut out, and the tabs look like this. So what I'm going to do is do a little makeshift fix, but I wanted to point that out in case this looks different from what you have on your desktop. So we're going to go ahead and glue these tabs together. Now, if you had the tabs here, you'd be placing this circle right here on top. So what I've done is I've cut some thin strips of paper, and then I'm simply going to glue it inside and across, just like so. So the circle will have something to attach to. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this strip. I'm going to trim this piece off a little bit. And as I said, this just gives the circle something to attach to. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to glue this right across. Now, it really doesn't matter how it looks because the flower is going to be covering this up. Now we can take our circle and put glue on it and put it on the bottom of the leaf. You want to make sure that you have something to protect your work surface because the glue will come through the back. Okay, so now let's start making our flower. The first piece that will go down is number 3. So you want to have this rim along this inner rim here. You want to take piece 2 and glue this down. I'm just going to stagger this. You could have these aligned so that they're opposite of one another. It really doesn't make a difference since you're not going to see it once the center of it's in. And then our last piece is number 1. I'm going to offset that. Now what we want to do is add a little bit more dimension to this flower. So I'm going to take these pieces and just pinch them in and then fold them up all the way around. And you want to do that for all 3 layers of the flower. And this just really gives the flower some texture and volume. Okay, so our flower is complete. You can go ahead and also squeeze and bend in the leaf here. Okay, so now what we want to do is add glitter to this centerpiece. I'm going to clear off my desktop and grab my glitter. I have gone ahead and added black glitter to these centers. I added a decoupage glue and I used this Moxie black glitter. So let's go ahead and add the glue to this piece here. Having this little handle here really gives you a lot of control. I'm adding glue to the first 2 levels of this flower. Then you want to take your glue, and I'm just grabbing it by the center and the top part, and then adding the glue so that there's a nice even coat. So then I'm going to take a dry paintbrush and just wipe off the black glitter from the center, because we want to put a gold glitter in the center here and we don't want it to mix. I'm going to put this aside to dry, and then I'm going to clear up this area so that we can begin adding on our gold glitter. Now we're going to add these gold micro beads on the center. So I'm just going to grab one. I'm going to put it around this circle, the outside circle, and then just sprinkle the beads on so that there's a nice even coat. I'm going to finish adding the glitter, and I'll be right back. I have added the glitter to the centers of my flowers. I did change the colors a bit. I ended up using this Martha Stewart luster glass micro beads in copper for the center. And then around that, I used this orangey color. This is chunky glitter from Recollections. It came in a set like this, and I purchased this from Michael's. Now we need to glue these to the center of the flowers. So I'm going to take one of the centers, and we have the tabs here. You want to make sure that they're folded down, and then you want to put an ample amount of glue on the tabs. And then I'm going to put some glue around the perimeter, and we could push that down. And there's our flower. I'm going to finish gluing down the rest of these centers, and I'll be right back. I have added an additional layer of glitter around the base of the center of the flower. We want to put these aside and let them sit overnight. And now we can begin working on the base of our wreath. Now we want to prepare our floral ring. This is 18 inches. It is an MDF board, and as you can see, it's pretty thin. I also have this fall ribbon. It's by Celebrated, and it is burlap ribbon, 2.5 inches by 9 feet. So we're going to wrap this around the perimeter of the floral wreath to create a base for our flowers. I'm going to start here at the back. Put a little dab of hot glue here. And then I'm going to wrap this around. And I'm going to do it fairly loosely. And I'm doing all the gluing on the back. I'm going to finish wrapping the burlap around, and then we'll be back to start decorating the wreath. I have our floral ring wrapped with the burlap, and now we're ready to add our flowers. So I'm just going to lay them out for placement. Just staggering them here and there. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun and glue these down, and then I will start to add in the filler. I have attached all of our sunflowers. Now the fun part begins, which is decorating. Let me show you some of the items that I will be using. I'm going to be using some of this fun garland. This is by Ashland, and I'm going to be using a variety of fall foliage that I purchased from Michael's. First, I'm going to begin cutting these leaves from the stem so that we can weave them in between the sunflowers. I've cut a large pile of leaves for this project, and then I have just randomly placed them around the wreath to see where I want them. And I have these little pumpkins in a gourd here, and then I have these little berries here, which I'm going to tuck in randomly. And right now I'm just dry fitting this just so I have a placement and know where I want everything to be. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest of these items down. This is my completed wreath. I hung it up on my door so that you could get a real perspective of how grand this wreath really is. I love this Prima Marketing Autumn Sunset paper. I think it looks so beautiful. This glitter really adds just enough shimmer to this project. And then these leaves look so lifelike as they are embossed. As you can see, I've added in all of the different elements from that large floral spread that I purchased from Michael's. This concludes my review of my beautiful sunflower wreath. Before I let you go, I want to tell you how you can win a prize on my channel. I will be giving away a $25 gift certificate. In order to qualify, you must be a visible subscriber to my channel as well as all of the channels participating in this collaboration. And in the comment section, you must include the words "Falling for Sir Chauncey Rocco." Hopefully I've inspired you with some fun and creative ideas. If you like this video, please take a moment to leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell so that you will always be notified when I upload a new video. Please be sure to visit the other channels in this collaboration. Also, come back again next Saturday, October 12th, to see our second day of the Prima collaboration with Fun Paper Art. Thanks again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.